Welcome back. Well, one particular sector which stood out this week was the entire pharmaceutical space. In fact, the Nifty Pharma was up around 2% as compared to the Nifty. Now, there were two things that took place which actually probably removed a little bit of an overhang for the pharmaceutical space. First was the Trump administration said that they are not actively discussing Section 232, which is basically discussing any kind of tariffs on anything that could impose a national threat to their security, which could probably also include the dependence that the US has on generic drugs as well as APIs. So the reason for that is it's a relief for Indian companies because, Indian generic companies comprise of around 40 to 50% of the US formulations at this point in time. And the manufacturing cost is so low, it's around 1/5 or 1/8 of what the US is. And hence it's unviable for the US to actually impose those kind of tariffs because then it'll raise prices for them. And then maybe some generic companies will think it's unviable for them to manufacture. And then there'll be a shortage of drugs in the US potentially. So to avoid that threat, maybe, tariffs on generic pharma or API is probably off the table. The second thing is that Macquarie has said that there's an amended version of the US Biosecure Act which has been passed by the US Senate. It's going to go to the House, it's going to get the final sign-off from the President as well. But nonetheless, it is something that the street was looking for. It's positive for all of the CDMO companies, but this time it could be a watered-down version. The likes of WuXi, which is this big Chinese biotech company, is probably not named in that Biosecure Act, and hence maybe the potential for Indian CDMOs might not be as much as the non-watered down version which named WuXi. So let's see, time will tell whether or not we do have that incremental opportunity coming in. But Sandeep, wanted your thoughts on this. How are you placed on, say, generic Indian pharma, the Suns and the Lupins of the world, vis-a-vis the CDMO plays such as Loris and Divi's?